Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be making some cold process soap using my silicone mold. If you haven't already seen this, this is my Lego wall mold. It's actually Lego blocks that go right around, and there's silicone in the center, and I'm holding it on with these little clips. And basically it holds around about 6.7 kilograms. I'm going to be pouring about 5.7 today. The fragrance that I'm going to be using is Monkey Farts. Now, the last time I did this, I did layers. So I did purple and then blue and so forth. And I used a spoon to make a little pattern in it. I'm not going to do that today because I want to try something different. I don't want to be doing the same video over and over. So I'm still going to be using the same 6 colors, except I'm going to pour them in over the top of each other. So I'll pour like a purple, then I'll pour the blue, then, I'll go through all the colors, but I won't let them set up. I'll just pour them in like a drop swirl, and hopefully it will turn out all right. This is the lye. It's at 76 degrees. It's been cooling overnight. And I'm going to put up the recipe on the screen right now for you. And this is the recipe that I've been using for the last couple of years now, and it works perfectly. My customers love my soaps. It's all good, and I highly recommend that you give it a try. I'm more than happy to share this with you. I know a lot of other soap makers don't, but I'm all about sharing. So give it a try, cut the recipe down, and if you need to, go back to soap calc and enter all the details and make sure that the volume is what you want it to be. For me, I use 4 kilograms of oils and butters. You might want to do just like a normal single loaf, and you'll have to cut the recipe down. As usual, I'm going to be using my work projects to work out the calculations of the costing of the bars and things like that. So I'll put that at the end of this video. All right, so let's get on with it. Okay, so I didn't do this on the last recipe of making like a rainbow type soap, but these are all my oils that I've got, and I'm just going to add some of this goat's milk powder. So I'm probably just going to add 2 of these spoons. Just going to mix that in. I'll use my stick blender and mix it all in really well in just a minute, but for now I'm just going to try and quash all the big clumps that are in there. And you can hear the birds screaming in the background. It's been raining all night and all day, so obviously they're hungry, and there's no food around. They're just gonna have to wait. Okay, so that's all done. Okay, so I could add my fragrance at this stage. It's not gonna accelerate, but choices, choices, choices. It's all gonna stick blend into the same thing, so yeah, I might add the fragrance now. Okay, so I have my oils, I have my goat's milk powder in there, and this is the fragrance. I've been thinking about this for a few minutes. I'm thinking, well, is this a bad idea? I've poured fragrances into the oils before and never had a problem, but they were only 1 color. I've got to split this up into 6 colors. So, let's go with it. It can always be a mistake, right? It's a big mistake if it is one. Okay, so now all that's in, I'm just going to stick blend this all together. All right, so I'm going to put this aside for 1 second. So I'm going to get all my containers out, and I'm going to put the colors in them ready for the oils, because the last thing I want to do is put the lye into the oils and then have no time to put the color in. Well, I hope the soap turns out as good as the spoon does. Spoon looks pretty good. Funny the things that amuse such an old man like me. Alright, so I'm thinking I need to probably add some oils to these. I'm not going to add a lot of oils, just a little bit. I'm going to add it from here. Alright, I think we're ready to go. We got all our colours in the background here. They're all ready. Hopefully you can see this. I know there's a lot going on the table at the moment. I'll do my best to make sure that you can see everything. Okay, so here's the lye. Just going to tip it in. Alright, now I've put the lye container in the sink just so it's out of the way. And I'm going to mix all this up and then we're going to split them up into the colours. And that's about it for this part anyway. I don't want it too thick because I need to split it off into the colours and mix it up. So I'm not bringing it to trace. It's just being all mixed in. So let's get some of these going. Yeah, that thickened up really, really quickly. I might just have to mix these in by hand rather than stick blend. Okay, so green. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that thickened up really, really quickly. So quickly. And the rest of these are going to be the same. So add your fragrance last, Dean. There's the message of the day. You know what? I think I'm going to start pouring and then I can pour them in over the top. Because otherwise I'm never going to get them done. Okay. I'm not really worried about which colours go first or anything. Hope you guys can see this. Here we go. Purple's in. Okay, blue I think is next. And this has gone solid already. Alright, here's blue. I'm going to do pink now. It's a bit different, but anyway. Here we go, pink's in. Okay, green's next. I've already stirred that one, so I can just slop it in, I think. Alright, and this is yellow. which was never mixed in. So I'm gonna have to do that off camera, sorry. Just not enough room on the table to do this, but it's all right. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm thinking hanger swirl. I don't know, might be a bit too late to do that, but we'll give it a try anyway. So this is the little hanger that I'm going to be using. Let's see, now my bars are cutting that way, so I got to be doing it this way. Alright, let's just flatten all this down. My glasses are fogging up and I can't see anything. It's hot in here. It's actually raining outside, but I had to close it off because the rainbow lorikeets were screaming, as they usually do. Okay, so I'm just going to take a skewer and just go around the edges here, just to make sure it's all neat, tidy, and then just sort of swirl it all in. Just a little bit of fun, you know? Okay, so we're gonna go like this. And then the other way. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. That looks so good. I don't know how it's going to come out. All right. Well, to me, that looks like a major artwork that went wrong. But I don't know. When I used this to do like the hanger swirl, I don't know. I could see those colors coming up from the bottom. So maybe it wasn't set as much as I thought it was. And that way, it might actually look pretty good. So the only way we're going to know is to wait until tomorrow, and then I'll unmold it and use the splitter to cut it into loaves and then cut it up and see what it looks like. Oh, I'm really hanging to see what this looks like actually. Yeah, I will see you in a minute. Alright, so it's the next day and I'm going to unmold this, but before I do, I just want to show you how messy I actually am. And I'm sorry you can hear the birds screaming in the background, but I'm going to show you my work table and how messy it is. And this is cold process, like it's a messy business. So this is my work desk. I'll just see if I can turn the yellow light on. So that's the desk I work at. It's tiny. And I've got my two lights up here. I don't think I've ever shown you guys this. And I've got all my tools and molds and boxes and labels and all sorts of... That box there is completely full of candle stuff. But this is the table I work on. And I've got all my colors at the back here. Let me just... So they're all the containers that I used. And they're all my spatulas and all my messy things that I just never cleaned up. So I got to clean up all that first, and then I'll get to this beautiful looking soap. How gorgeous does that look? Wow, that looks so good. I am so anxious to jump in there. It actually looks a little bit more purple down there, but it's not. It's more yellowish. So I think it's just because of the light. But I'm anxious to get in there. So let's go. All right, so it's the big reveal. Oh my goodness. I am so nervous about this. Just because I don't really know what I'm prepared for inside. It's as you saw when making this, it accelerated pretty quickly because I added the fragrance into the oils. And I didn't have enough time to really stir the mica in. So I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of mica splotches, and that's just where the mica is not being moved into the batter. So let me know in the comments below right now if you think this is going to turn out all right. And I'm still trying to weigh up my options, how big I'm going to cut it. Normally I cut them 5.5 centimeters. I'm thinking 6, maybe 6.5. I got to try and work it out. I need to get 4. I'm going to make these bars extra big. They're still going to be 1 inch thick. So the first thing we're going to do is get it off this piece of wood. Like so. And that's just a wood for me to hold that I can move it around if I need to. So this is the Lego mold that I made, as I told you before. And there goes a piece of Lego. Oh my god, didn't break at all. This is it. Here we go. Whoa, that's a nice little peek down the side there. I'm having a little bit of a look before you guys do. Oh my god, that's so heavy. Yeah, lots of holes. I'm seeing lots of holes on this side. So we're going to have to do a lot of filling in with the bits that we cut off. So what's the best way to do this? Just dump it? No, probably not. Might have to turn it up on its side. Normally I just like dump it on the table, but because there's a pattern on top here, I don't want to ruin the pattern. So I'm going to see if I can somehow... Here we go. Alright, so I'll just give you a show around. That's what it looks like. See, there's lots of pocket holes there. Not so much on that side. I think there's a few around the place. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Okay, so I've got my splitter here now. And the wire is set at 8 centimeters, and here we go. Alright, so I'm back to cut these bars, and I'm just going to tighten this wire up on my single bar cutter. Okay, so I've marked those out, and now I'm going to cut on those lines, just because they're 1 inch. Whoa, that's actually not bad. I was thinking it would be a lot worse than that. But I'm pretty happy with that. I still got some little holes up here, but they're fixable with some, there's actually a big hole there, but they're fixable with other little bits that I can just sort of push into there. But as you can see down here in the purple, and even in the blue, there's that little bit of mica that didn't quite make the mix when mixing it in because it was so quick. A little bit of yellow there too. So I'm assuming a lot of the colors, while mixed in quite well, didn't always get every bar mixed in, you know? That's actually a really big bar of soap. Okay, so I'll finish these off and then I'll show you some photos at the end, and then I'll compare them with my normal size bar so you can see the difference that I've cut.